Hi, star friends. It's Danny. I'm going to be doing a reading for Leo. If you guys could see the setup that I have done to be able to try to show the cards and my face at the same time, it is crazy. It looks ridiculous. And it's like a whole workout to get it all set up. But we have some new background going on. So that's cool. And it's a little dark in here because the cards I'm going to use today, they are glossy, so they have a little bit of a glare, and I was worried about the light catching on it. Okay, let's get serious. I want you guys to take a deep breath with me because as important as it is for me to get my energy right to be able to deliver this message for you, it's also important for you to get your energy right to be able to receive this information with clarity and understanding so that you can find where this resonates with you and how it's going to be helpful to you and how you will be able to see these signs as they come to you, because there is going to be some predictions in here. It's going to be a little bit towards the midway to the end of the reading. There will be some predictions, and I'm going to give you some cues to look for in your personal life so that you can identify and take the advice that the spirits are giving you. Now, let's take a deep breath. Let's thank the spirits for the advice they're going to give us. Thank you, spirits. Now, if you were here, I would have you place your hand on these cards. So we're going to use our best manifestation. Place your hand on these cards. Spirits, angels, guides, what does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know? Whoa, 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 whoa. This one wants to come out. This one. This one. I also have a massive deck of cards because it's actually 2 decks. So we may get some cards twice, but that will be up to the spirits. Okay, we have 4 of Swords. This is taking a moment of rest. It's taking a break. This card says it's earned rest, so you probably went through something in your past that was traumatic and you took a moment to gather yourself. You took that healthy rest. You took that healthy break. We have Strength in reverse. This is exhausted endurance. This is because this rest that you took was so needed because of whatever you went through was traumatic. It was exhausting. It took all your energy. So you needed that moment to just really regather yourself. Strength is also Leo energy. So we already have your energy appearing. It's the first major arcana card. So that's the spirit saying, Leo, this is definitely for you. And then we have 9 of Swords. This is accepting past trauma. It's also kind of coming out of a period of a lot of overthinking. You're starting to resolve those. So whatever you went through, it was very mentally draining, probably above everything else. And I don't want to undermine how exhausting it could have been physically. But because we're having these swords appear here, this was something that was mentally taking a lot out of you. And then we have this 10 of coins or 10 of pentacles. It isn't a reversal, so there is still some sort of instability here. But you have taken this moment to really rest and gather yourself, and it was really well needed. So that was good. Okay, let's clarify these cards here. What does Leo need to know? Ace of coins. This is new abundance. So this is like a fresh start. So you went through this trauma in your past that was so mentally exhausting, and I want you to really think about that because it's going to be important. I know these are your past cards, which are less interesting, but it is important because it's going to play a role in how things are going today. So really think about that, reflect, okay, I remember what I was going through, and yes, I did take a break, and it probably was well deserved, but there was still some insecurity or instability. It could have been with finances or your home life. There was some sort of rocky foundation there with this 10 of coins. But there was this ace of coins or ace of pentacles that was a really good, it's like a fresh start, or a new opportunity was presented to you. Queen of Wands, confidence. So you're starting to get your confidence back. There was this new opportunity or this new person that came in and they really struck up your confidence again, because up there we have this reverse strength card. Remember, that was Leo energy, and this was you really, lacking that confidence. It's the opposite of what we want to look for in Leo energy. And if you look, I know it's kind of dark, he even has a little lion on his like a tattoo. You guys can see that. And now we have Queen of Wands. This is very fiery, confident, Aries energy. This is like total bad ass. Am I allowed to say that? And then we have Seven of Coins, fruits of your labor. So that new opportunity or that new person that came in with this Ace of Coins, they were like the sparkle in your eye. They relit up life for you. This is either a new job or a new person. Something really lit you back up and gave you that confidence again. You're starting to build momentum here. We have the Seven of Coins. This either is happening right now or it's about to happen. You're about to get really lucky with this new opportunity. Your what do you call it? Your investments are going to pay off, whether it's energy, time. Then we have the Empress here. This is in a reversal. Empress, she is the ruler. She is the creator. She is nurturing, but it's almost too much because we have it in a reversal. But let's go ahead and clarify. What does Leo need to know? This one's fun too. There goes those. Good thing we have a whole lot more cards. We'll pick them up in just a second. Okay, we have Temperance here in reversal. This is Sagittarius energy. This is all about a balancing act. So there's this message here from the spirits to kind of remember that well-needed rest that you took in the back. I know you're excited about this new opportunity or this new person, and you're going to put a lot of energy into that, and you're feeling really good and confident. You're definitely going to see some payback. You're going to get either, like a raise or rewarded with, I don't know, this person's going to be really good to you. There is that reward that's going to happen. But then things take a little bit of a turn. There's almost like this smothering energy that's going to come in with this Empress, and it's going to take you back to this first card. It's almost like you're going to see a return of your investments, but don't take it too far. You don't want to have this smothering energy. It could push them away, or maybe they're the ones who's doing the smothering. But there's this reminder here about balance. And then we have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups could indicate gossiping. It could indicate a third person. But we'll come back and clarify those. We have the High Priestess. This is all about your intuition. And it's also about following like your moral code. And notice she has her third eye open. It's about really listening to your gut here. Nine of Cups. Wishes granted. So that's a fulfillment card. And then Three of Swords is a heartbreak. Hold on. Let me pick these up really quick. These cards are super slippery as they are glossy. Okay, let me pull one more row and then we're going to come back and clarify the message so far. These ones are a lot easier to shuffle than the other deck though. This is actually a deck that my mom gave me to practice with because it has little, hints to help you remember. So this is one of the first decks that I started reading with. Okay, so we have this Three of Swords here, and this pulled off kind of out of sync to everything else, which gives a almost like a broader message to the whole reading. It is Three of Swords, which is this heartbreak. It's almost like a reminder to, if that's what you went through in your past that was so traumatic and overwhelming, and what I was talking about in the beginning where you took that well-needed rest, if that's like you took a break from relationships or you took a break from over investing yourself in work, you were really let down in the past. And there's this Three of Swords here, and that is like an energy of this reading. So in the beginning, when I was asking you to remember a time and to reflect on that, this is a little bit of a hint that the universe is giving you. Had to do with something that was really heartbreaking, really painful. Okay, let's go ahead and see this first four here. We had that moment of rest that you took, that needing that break. And then we have this new opportunity or this new person that comes in that's really exciting. But somewhere along the lines, it's going to get a little bit bumpy. There's this balancing act that you're going to need to do. So it's this balance between over-investing yourself because you don't want to get hurt again, but not staying too guarded. And you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. And I'm saying that because now we have the Ten of Wands, which is like doing too much. And we did have that Empress over here also that was in a reverse. So if you're the type of person who, once you get excited about something, you really throw yourself all in, like all eggs in the basket, and you're just like a go-getter, go get it, go do this, I'm going to do everything. This is a message to really slow down. Slow down. You don't want to take on too much because there is some sort of hidden truth here. And we're going to keep going to try to get down to what it really is. But I do see some deception going on because we have this next line here, which really tells a story about you gaining your confidence back. And you gained your confidence back not just because of this new opportunity or this new person. That was also you, Leo. Like, you did that too. You took that moment to rest and gather yourself and to really work on healing from that trauma, and you're not totally healed yet. So you want to be careful about throwing yourself in, your heart in, or all of you into something because you've already been let down. Okay, and that really knocked you down. I mean, that's a major arcana card, the Strength card. Now, Queen of Wands, you got your mojo back. You were excited. You were feeling good. But now we have Three of Cups here, which could suggest some sort of gossiping or third-party person. It could be a celebration also, but just the way that this is reading, I really sense it has something to do about a third party. And then we have Seven of Swords here, which is about deception. This is about dishonesty, hidden information, lack of transparency. Just because you have the best intentions does not always mean that everybody around you does. Okay, let's go ahead and see this next one. This was you really accepting that past trauma, and you started to really see a return from your efforts that you're putting in, which probably really added to your motivation and made you want to go more in. But you don't want to have this Empress smothering energy where it's too much, right? And then we have, I didn't even look at that, Seven of Wands. This is like super determined, all in. This one even says all in determination. It's like a little bit too much, but you're gonna overwhelm yourself and you're gonna burn yourself out. And then we have the Strength card again. That's crazy. It's also in a reverse. This is Leo energy. How crazy is that? In the beginning, I said if the stars want there to be two of the same cards, that's what they're gonna do. And they give me two Strength cards, which is literally Leo energy. Crazy. I can't make these coincidences up. This has just gotta be the spirits. Okay, pull these down a little. Then we had the Ten of Pentacles, which was this kind of rocky foundation that you were working with. Before you got that lucky new penny or that lucky new opportunity, you were really lacking in the foundations department. You were a little unstable. And that just has to do with real world stability things, right? Like your house, your living situation, your bank account. There was some instability, but you started to see a payoff with that Ace of Coins. Now we have the Empress. This is where I start to get worried because this is a major arcana card, right? But it's in a reversal. And then you're also getting Temperance, which is all about a balancing act. So there is something that is heading towards an imbalanced way. And if you're still watching this video, you probably are starting to get a clue as to what it is. Especially if you did our little breathing exercise so that you could really, take this information in. There is an imbalance that you're headed towards. There's this smothering or all indetermination. Smothering is not a good word, but it's what's on this card, so that keeps popping in my head. But it's this just too much. You're giving too much of yourself when there is a need for you to balance that out a little bit. We have the 9 of Cups here. This is a wishes granted card, but then we also have the Strength card here in a reverse again. And this is on the last row. So that's almost kind of like knocking you down a little bit. I want to come back to this row here. We have Temperance, 3 of Cups, High Priestess, 9 of Cups. There is a message in here about you really needing to listen to your gut and to see through any BS. This third-party gossiping, I don't believe this is on the other end. This is going to be on your end, and it's going to be dishonest. There is going to be somebody who comes to you and tries to gossip to you or throw you off your tracks, but they're not being honest. There's someone who's going to come and try to really burst your bubble here. And that's why we're getting this High Priestess. It's like, I do see you listening to your intuition, and there's this wish granted here with this 9 of Cups, which is this fulfillment, and it's also going to be growth. Because I know you know what I'm talking about. Whenever you hit like a bump in the road, either in relationships or at work, like let's use work as an example, and then we'll use relationships. Like at work, if you really screw up and it's like the worst day of your life, think about 5 months from that screw up, you never will make that mistake ever again because you remembered how it felt to make that mistake, right? So, and then in relationships, it's kind of like somebody screws up and you're honest with each other, and then you make up, and there's like this bonding that happens when you make up. So somebody's gonna come to you with gossip or some way to disturb or burst your bubble or your excitement that you have here, and you are gonna have your intuition, you're gonna listen to your gut, and there's going to be this wish fulfillment. That's that bonding or that satisfaction from really having growth and learning. Okay. But there is still this need to balance. It is all about you. You saw through this deceit. You're going to see through these lies. You're going to really be empowered by that. And you're going to want to keep giving more to this person or this situation. But you are going to quickly burn yourself out and overwhelm yourself. That type of energy is going to lead to you feeling exhausted. It's going to lead to this ultimate burnout. I saw this as an ego confidence thing from the beginning, but now it's reading with the second strength card. It's really reading as burnout, like too much. Okay, let's see. What does Leo need to know? Okay. We have the Hierophant. This is a teacher, lesson learned, traditional commitment, but I really see this as a lesson learned because I do see you kind of burning yourself out. If you're able to take the lesson that you learn in all of this, that even though you're getting this bonding and you're getting all this good feedback or this good investment return, you don't want to burn yourself out. You need to go back and reflect on what you learned in the past. That sometimes giving all of yourself is just a way for you to get pushed away and shut down. So you don't want to do that. This is really a message for you to learn with the Hierophant, the teacher, and also this balancing act, right? I like to think of Temperance as it's kind of like the Justice card. Now, hear me out. Justice card is about your karmic relationship that you have with everybody else. But Temperance is that karmic or balancing, making sure things, the scales are fair with yourself. And it's not necessarily that this situation or person isn't going to pay off, because I see this being a good investment. It's just a matter of you burning yourself out and not being able to grow the way that you need to. So to reflect on that past moment of rest where you withheld some of yourself so that you could remain at least a little bit guarded. Knight of Cups, exactly like I said, this gossiping moment, these lies that are going to be told to you are going to lead to further connection with this Knight of Cups. This is going to make this opportunity or this person, it's going to make you look really good. It's going to give you a lot of motivation. But you don't want to have this reverse King of Wands, just like I was saying. This is like a little bit controlling, dictating, giving too much, because that's how it can come off sometimes. And I know that's hard for Leos to hear, but sometimes, even though you're right and you were right and you did great and you've been a baller, shot caller, you need to take it with a little bit of grace. You don't want to be too much. You don't want to have this King of Wands energy where it comes off controlling or pushy, because that's going to turn people off. Then we have the Seven of Cups, which is all about it's kind of like illusions or seeing things a little bit different than how they truly are. So this situation needs some time to process more. So you're going to have to come back and watch another one of my Leo videos in the future. But this is where you're at right now, and this is where it's heading right now. The future is not set in stone. So your decisions and how those affect everything are going to have consequences or move things forward in a different way. But let's pull an oracle card. I feel like that one really wanted to come out. Independence, bravery, passion. It is Aries. So that's that confident energy that I was talking about. Physical security, possessions, material value, self-worth. So that's all about self-worth, you know, and confidence. What does Leo need to know? Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, and enjoying each other. So this is a good oracle card just to further that prediction that this is a really good opportunity investment that you're making, but you just don't want to come off controlling or pushy or smothering. Just be careful, reserve a little bit of that energy. Not everything you think needs to be spoken all the time. Go back to that first lesson that you learned about reserving some of that energy, that earned rest, that moment of, because you don't want to burn yourself out either, right? Anyways, I hope there's something in here that resonated. If there was, please comment below. Just say, hey, that resonated. I really appreciate that. It does help motivate me. I know there's a couple people that are like all-star friends who comment. Like Frank comments on every one of my videos and posts, and it means a lot to me, so thank you, Frank. And then there's Sonia, who comments a lot on my Sagittarius videos, so not sure if they're gonna watch, but thank you. It means a lot to me. So yeah, please like and subscribe, comment if you have time, and have a blessed, beautiful day.